All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are taking a deep dive into a technology that's not just changing, but completely revolutionizing how our clothes get made: AI-driven laser cutting. We're going to explore how these smart systems, pioneered by some of China's top innovators, are literally building the factory of the future right now.
So, here's our game plan. We're going to start with the big challenges facing the garment industry. Then we'll uncover what makes these AI systems a true game changer. We'll meet the key companies building this tech, get under the hood to see how it works, and even put it to the test with some really difficult fabrics. And to finish, we'll look at the most important part: how you can make a smart investment that lasts.
So, let's set the stage a little. The world of apparel production is under some serious pressure. You've got demands for lightning-fast fashion, endless customization, and all these new, complex, high-performance materials. Frankly, the old ways of doing things just can't hack it anymore. And that leads to a really critical question for anyone in this space. Are you ready? Because your traditional manufacturing line, well, it probably struggles with massive amounts of wasted material, tiny inaccuracies that add up, and the sheer headache of working with modern technical fabrics. This isn't just about being inefficient anymore. It's about being left behind.
I mean, just look at this comparison. It really lays it all out, doesn't it? Manual cutting is slow, it's wasteful, and it's so easy to make costly mistakes. But AI laser cutting? It's the exact opposite. We're talking efficient, ridiculously precise, and completely automated. The difference here isn't just an upgrade, it's a whole new ballgame.
But here's the absolute key takeaway from all of this. The real revolution isn't just about getting a smarter cutting machine. Nope. It's about the bigger shift to a fully integrated, intelligent system. That right there is the real AI advantage. So you're going to hear this term system-level capability. What does it actually mean? Well, think of it like this. It's not about one piece of tech. It's about three powerful things: AI for layout, cameras for vision, and IoT for connectivity, all working together perfectly in sync. That's what turns a bunch of separate machines into one smart, self-optimizing factory. And these are the three pillars that hold it all up. You can think of them as the brain, the eyes, and the central nervous system of the smart factory. You've got the AI brain figuring out how to use every last scrap of fabric, the vision system eyes making sure every cut is perfect, and the IoT network connecting it all together so everything just flows. So who's actually out there building this future? Let's take a look at some of the top companies in China that are really leading the pack. And what's interesting is that each of these players kind of has its own superpower. Jinyan are the undisputed masters of vision systems, especially for tricky printed fabrics. Yueming, they're all about full-on robotic automation. Gweike is the expert when you need to plug into a huge factory's data systems. We're going to focus on those three, but you also have folks like Enway for bulk processing and Bodor for custom jobs. It's not a one-size-fits-all world, it's a whole landscape of specialists. Let's zoom in on Jinyan for a second. Their flying-cut AI vision system is a really big deal. Why? Well, if you're making something like printed sportswear, the fabric can stretch and the pattern can get distorted. This system sees that distortion in real time and adjusts the cut on the fly. It's incredible.
Then you got a company like Yueming. If your dream is a totally lights-out factory, a fully unmanned production line, these are the folks you call. They're amazing at putting all the pieces together, the robots and the cameras, to automate the whole process from start to finish.
And Gweike's sweet spot? Big, standardized production runs. Their whole focus is on making machines that are rock-solid stable and can plug directly into a factory's main brain. Its MES or ERP system, giving you total visibility and control over everything that's happening. Okay, so we've met the players. Now let's really pop the hood and see what makes these things tick. We're going to break down the two technologies that are at the absolute heart of these intelligent systems: AI nesting and visual recognition. First off, let's talk about waste, or rather, the lack of it. With these advanced AI nesting algorithms, factories are hitting a material use rate of up to 95%. Just let that sink in for a second. That means almost zero wasted fabric. That's not just a huge cost saving, it's a massive win for sustainability. And listen, this is so much more than just a really good game of Tetris. The AI is looking at everything: the grain of the fabric, the direction of the pattern. It can even mix and match pieces from totally different orders on the same piece of material. This is what makes super flexible, single-piece flow production actually possible. And the other piece of magic is the vision system. The machine literally sees the fabric,
Cameras scan the material, the AI compares it to the perfect digital design, and if it sees any stretching or warping, boom, it instantly recalculates the laser's path to make it perfect. That's how you get a flawless cut every single time.
Okay, that all sounds amazing in theory, right? But what happens when you throw some really tough materials at these systems? Let's put this tech to the test.
We're talking about the heavy hitters here. Materials like Gore-tex, where you need a perfectly sealed edge, super stretchy knit fabrics that just love to warp and pull out of shape, and tough, thick nylons like Cordura that you find in high-end gear. Each one is a nightmare for traditional cutting methods.
And this is exactly where those specializations we talked about really matter. For something like Gore-tex, you need Jinyun's super precise vision system to get that perfect seal. For the stretchy knits, Enway's roll-to-roll system is designed to prevent distortion. And if you need to slice through thick layers of nylon, that's a job for Hans Yueming's high-powered lasers. There's a right tool for every job.
Okay, this brings us to our final and, let's be honest, probably most important point. With technology moving this fast, how do you invest in something that isn't going to be a giant expensive paperweight in 2 years? How do you actually future-proof your factory?
Well, the expert analysis boils it down to 3 absolutely critical things to look for. First, the software. Is the AI smart enough to learn and get better over time? Second, openness. Can this machine talk to all the other systems in your factory, now and in the future? And third, and this is huge, modularity. Can you upgrade bits and pieces without having to replace the whole thing?
I absolutely love this analogy from the source material. Think of your machine like a set of building blocks. The best systems are designed so you can swap out the camera for a better one in a few years, or upgrade the software, or add a new robotic arm. This approach is what saves you from having to do a complete and very expensive overhaul down the road.
So as we wrap things up here, the real question isn't if this technology is going to change manufacturing. It already is. The question is how it's going to redefine your production line. We've seen the leap from wasteful manual work to precise automation. We get that it's about the whole system, not just one machine. So the only question left is, what are you going to build with it?